Hello and welcome. In this section, I want to start by addressing two really important questions that we will be answering throughout this entire course. The first question is, what is Docker? The second question is, why do we use Docker? First, let's tackle why we use Docker by going through a quick demo. I'm going to show you a flow diagram that outlines a process that you have likely encountered at least once in your life. This process involves installing software on your personal computer. I bet you download an installer, run it, and then inevitably encounter an error message at some point. So what's the next step? Well, you probably troubleshoot the issue by searching on Google, which is now easier thanks to tools like ChatGPT. Once you find a solution and solve the issue, you return the installer only to encounter another error. Then you back to the troubleshoot again. This cycle of issue is precisely what Docker aims to fix. Docker makes it easier and straightforward to install and run the software on any computer, not just your personal laptop or desktop, but also on a web services or any cloud-based computing platform. Have you heard the phrase, "It only works on my machine"? Docker aims to eliminate this kind of problem. To demonstrate, I will quickly go through a process of install a piece of software called WordPress. WordPress is a popular content management system that allows the user to create and manage websites or blogs without the need for extensive coding knowledge. But for now, I just want to give you a quick demo to show how to install WordPress can be a challenging process when done without Docker. So in theory, we can use this documentation. I'm gonna quickly to show you how you actually run a piece of software on your VM machine without using Docker. So first of all, the step one, you need to install MySQL database. And then of course you need to configure it. And then you are going to step two, install some PHP extension, okay? Because WordPress is running on PHP. And thirdly, you need to also adjusting the Apache configuration. So all the stuff that you need to do in order to run a WordPress site. Say for example, if you made a small tiny mistake throughout this little step, you will probably need to go back and try to look up the documentation, or you will have to just Google it on the internet. So which is gonna take a lot of time. So you kind of get into the endless cycle of trying to do all this troubleshooting after you are installing and running the software. So maybe let me show you how easy it is to run the WordPress using Docker. Now I'm in my virtual machine. So the only thing that I need to do is just issue a command called docker compose up-d. And then voila, we have this WordPress up and running. So easy. If I'm going to show you, I'm not lying. If you see previously, my website is down. Now if I refresh, now the WordPress site is up and running. So this is a Docker in a nutshell. That is how easy to run a software when you are making use of Docker. So to answer the question very directly of why we use Docker, well, we make use of it because it makes life really easy for installing and running software without having to go through a whole bunch of setup or installation dependency. Now we're going to learn many more reasons throughout this course and why we use Docker. But I want to give you a really quick demo and show you how easy it can be to get up and running with some piece of software when you are using Docker. So let's take a quick pause here. We are going to come back for the next lecture and then start to answer the question of what Docker is. So I will see you just in a minute.